Hey guys, and welcome to the next part of the survival games tutorial series. If we take a look on a character, you may see that he has no real skin texture applied. It's just normal 3D vector, which is a color in this case. And well, I think we should change it. Okay, we can leave it open. And just open up your make human character. If you haven't saved your character, just try to recreate him as good as possible. And yeah, the only thing you need to do is go to materials and choose a texture from here. I will use the filter and take male, and from here I will take maybe this one, or I think I will take this one. To export the texture, you just have to export the whole mesh again. So let's do this. Click on this export button and export it. Well, I don't care. Maybe somewhere. Create a new folder. And I will name it just dummy texture. And in here we will want to save it. Well, maybe name it just dummy. Export. And now if we open up Unreal Engine 4 and import, we want to, where do we have it? Meshes, textures, dummy texture, and in here we have another textures folder, and in here you have this diffuse skin texture. Just open it up, and now UE4 has imported the texture. You can see it in here. And the only thing we need to do now is just open up our material, drag and drop it into here, remove the skin texture, and just plug in our imported skin texture as our base color, and click apply. And as you can see here, now he has a skin texture and he looks way more natural, I think. Of course, you could create a normal map or a roughness map for this too, which would make it even more realistic. But for our purpose, this is enough. Just click play and take a look at it. As you can see on the left hand side, we have a really stupid way to display our health. I think a health bar would look way better. So to do this, just close up our simulation and go into our, where do we have them, third person blueprints, and in here go to tick function and remove this, and we can even remove the whole event. And in here just remove these two. Great, okay. And now our health won't be displayed anymore on the left side of the screen. Now create a blueprint widget. To do this, just right click, go to user interface and widget blueprint, and let's call it W underscore maybe status display or something like this. Okay, search bar, and in here you find the progress bar. Drag it out somewhere, maybe down here, and adjust the size as you want. Maybe this is okay for our health, and the fill color should be more red. Well, I think this is okay. And the percent should be 1. And now you can see the fill color in here, and let's call it health bar. Okay, compile again. The only thing we need to do now is just to bind this percentage to our actual health. So just click bind, create binding, and in here we want to create a new variable, and this is a health component, and this is of course just a health component, an object, and okay. Drag and drop it into here, drag it out and get the current health. So get health and get max health, And now the only thing we need to do is to divide both of them. So yeah, divide it and plug it in here. And that should be it. Yeah, well, now if we would apply this to our viewport, we would see our health displayed with this bar. So save it and go to our third person character, find event begin play. Do we have it already? I don't know. I've used Ctrl F to use this find function. So just type in begin, and no, we don't have it. So just create it, right click and type in begin play. Okay, and from here drag out a wire and say create widget. And we want our status display, compile, and inside of our status display just go to our health bar, no health component, and make it editable and expose on spawn. And in here, if we would refresh it now, refresh nodes, we can see a health component over here. Just take this and connect both of them, compile again, and from here just say add to viewport and compile, and that should be it. Yeah, you can see a health bar down here, and if we maybe jump from here, well, okay, we are dead. Maybe just jump from here, and you can see we are regenerating slowly. And now maybe from here, and if we would jump from, I guess, here again, we would be dead. Not quite, but you can see the health display works. And yeah, okay. So save everything again with, yeah, okay, save this too. Okay, perfect. But I think we also want a stamina bar, because our character should not be able to run the whole time. So just open up our health component again, go to components, active components, health component, and in here create a new variable. Yeah, I'm just going to duplicate our health and max health with Ctrl W, and I name it stamina, and stamina, yeah, max stamina. Okay, and 100 is great as a default value. And let's do the same thing here. We can just duplicate this function here too. Ctrl W, add stamina, and just replace every health with stamina. Replace health variable with stamina, and here too. Okay, and max health with max stamina, and this should be it. No. Well, okay. And we want to create a new variable for region points for our stamina, so just duplicate this, region points underscore stamina, and to make everything clear, I just want to rename this, so double click it and call it underscore health. Okay, region points underscore stamina should be maybe 2 or 1.5. That should be it. And every time when we're adding health, we want to add stamina too. So just drag out our region points for stamina and call add stamina, wire it up and connect this, and we can even rename this parameter to additional stamina. Okay, just save it, go to our third person character, to our status display, and create a new progress bar. So type in progress bar. Here we go. Well, here we go. I think I want to anchor it to the lower left corner, so just here, and these two, okay. And this should maybe be a little bit, yeah, a little bit smaller than our actual health bar, because it is not that important. Well, of course you could just copy those values, but yeah, that's okay for us now. Great, and the fill color should be maybe, yeah, such a light blue or yeah, light green, something like this. And this looks quite good. I think we can even adjust the Y size a little bit. So just type in 20, and yeah, that should be it. Of course we need to rename it, and let's call it stamina bar, and compile, and bind this to our actual stamina. So create binding, and do the same thing over here as we did for our health bar. So just drag it out, get our stamina, and get our max stamina, and divide both of them, and this should be it again. Okay, great. Now if we would start to play, we can see our stamina bar, but the problem is that we are not even removing any stamina when we are sprinting. And well, just do this for now. Go to our character, but before we do that, I want to change our fall damage a little bit. I really just want to apply fall damage when he's falling from a pretty high distance. So I think if it's less than minus maybe 1000, and type 1000 in here, and okay. Now if we would jump maybe from here, we don't get any fall damage, and from here everything is fine too, and from here, well, that's even good. Maybe 1000 was too much. Let's type in minus 800 and 800, and now, well, okay, I think this is way better. So yeah, let's keep it. Okay. Now for our stamina reduction, we need to find when we are actually starting to sprint, so just move it somewhere down here to have a little bit more space, and create a new variable, and let's call it maybe running timer or running handle. Yeah, I think running timer is okay. And this is a timer handle. Compile, and well, when we are pressing it, we just want to start a new timer. So just drag it in here and get the setter, and right click and say set timer by function name, and in here just connect this and this and this too, and the object is self, tick looping, and time, and we can get the time from our health component. So just drag it out and type in get, well, what was it called again? Get regenerate. Yeah, okay. So get regenerate. Here we go. Okay, and the function name, yeah, we just have to create this function. So I think I will call it maybe reduce stamina, and we can, yeah, type this in here, reduce stamina. Okay, now this function should be called every single second, because our regenerate is set to 1 second, as you can see here, and it is looping, so every single second we are reducing his stamina. Okay, so let's do this in here and get our health component and say add stamina, and the stamina we want to add is actually our what was it called, our regen points stamina. And the stamina we want to remove should be maybe 2 points every single second. So of course type in -2, because we want to reduce it and not add it on top of it. So go into our event graph again, maybe drag this a little bit more here, and from here we want to get our running timer and say clear and invalidate timer by handle. Just connect it, and this should be it. Compile it, and now when we are running, you can see that down there the stamina is reducing, so we can run, and now when we wait long enough, we should see that his stamina is regenerating, but it isn't, and I think I know why. So just open up our health component, and in here we have this event tick, and we have our max health, so we are not regenerating our stamina. I think if this is false, or even if it's true, I don't care, or maybe just do it in another way. Just drag out the wire and type in sequence, and at first we want to do this, and if this is done, well, we finally want to add our stamina. But before we do this, we just create a branch and more or less just copy this. And for health we are just plugging in our stamina, and for max health our max stamina. Another thing we need to do is to check if we are sprinting or not, because if we are sprinting we don't want to regenerate our stamina. This would be pretty useless. So just drag out the wire, type in end, and from here get our owner and just pure cast it to third person character, because well, okay, we don't really need to pure cast it, so just drag out this wire. If it failed, well, just do this instead, but if it was successful, just take a branch and check whether or not we are actually running or sprinting. Get the sprinting. And if this is not the case, we should be able to regenerate our stamina. This looks really unorganized, so I think what we should do is just to collapse it to another graph. So right click and say collapse nodes, and in here just name this new graph maybe, well, regen stamina graph. Okay, and in here you can do the same thing for our health. So collapse to collapse nodes and regen health graph. And now it looks way more organized, so just compile it and just test it again, run around, and now we are regenerating again, and now our stamina is reducing again. The last thing we need to do is to stop our character from being able to sprint when our stamina is 0. So just open up our character, and in here we need to check whether or not he is sprinting. So just open up our reduced stamina, and if that's the case, just, well, where do we have it? Is sprinting. If that's the case, then set is sprinting to false and do this. And our target here is our character movement component. Okay, great. Of course, just if our stamina here is 0. So get a health component, get stamina, and is equal to 0. Okay. And of course we need to check this here too. So yeah, let's drag it down here and get our health component and check whether or not our stamina is equal to 0. Let's do this and create a branch, y rate up, and if it's equal to 0, or yeah, if it's not equal to 0, let's start sprinting, and if our stamina is 0, we don't want to start sprinting. So compile it, save it, and to make it more organized, just mark everything, right click and say collapse nodes, and let's call this graph maybe just sprinting graph. Okay, compile it, and now let's just find a health component, and in here just reduce our stamina to maybe 20 and our max stamina 2. Compile it, and now just run around. And as you could see, we stopped sprinting when our stamina was 0. And now we are fully regenerated and we could start sprinting again. Well, I think that's it for this tutorial. In the next episode we may even start with our inventory system, but I'm not quite sure about that. But we will see. So stay tuned and see you then.